this will give you a chance to see how your team responds to adversity. How do you think it will respond?
We had a very poignant conversation at halftime, obviously a very poignant conversation at the end of the game. And so, we'll see how we respond. My hope is that they learn from this, so it never happens again. Obviously, everybody is disappointed, embarrassed, angry, frustrated, shocked right now. But this is a long season. You can't let one game define you, especially a non-conference game. We got a tough road game in a week, and a shortened week in terms of travel. So we got to get in and really look and take accountability from the tape tomorrow, learn from it, and move on.
What happened?
Man, what didn't happen? You know what I mean? Did I see this coming? No. What I've seen from January till yesterday has been all positive. It's been tough. It's been physical. It's been competitive. It's been disciplined. And that was not the case, from the opening kickoff till the end of the game. That's my fault. It falls on me. I deserve every ounce of criticism. It's my job to get them ready to go, and to take advantage of opportunities like this, and we didn't take advantage of that today.
You mentioned discipline. Just from a defensive standpoint, what did you feel was lacking the most that let them run the ball kind of at will, especially in that first half?
Yeah, the lack of physicality, undisciplined eyes, undisciplined technique, missed tackles, you name it. Every mistake we made, they capitalized on it. You got to give them credit. But that type of play or that style of play, I haven't seen. And so I'm frustrated. I'm angry, embarrassed. I got to get it fixed, and I will.
Ryan, you were unable to kind of establish a ground game early, which I think, having watched Notre Dame in the past couple weeks, maybe that was an area where you felt like you could. How much getting behind and then having to try to throw your way back into the game when they've got the secondary that they have and just kind of teed off on your quarterback kind of puts you even more behind the eight ball?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They were the more physical football team. It wasn't even close. We would have a hat for a hat in the run game, and would get pushed off the ball. It was hard to find lanes. They didn't miss any tackles, and then they were able to get pressure on the quarterback. And when we did make plays down the field, we didn't catch the ball. And like I said, that is I haven't seen that all fall and all spring. So disappointed.
Were you trying to send them a message by leaving starters until the end?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to send them. We weren't tackling well, so might as well get some reps at tackling. And to know what it's going to feel like to play physical football. So the game was being played, so we're playing.
Back to Tom.
Were there any positives at all?
No.
Ryan, is there a specific area that stands out as the biggest disappointment from today's game?
I think the lack of physicality was disappointing. We pride ourselves in being tough and being physical and practicing hard and physical, and we did not do that. We got beat up today. So yeah, that's disappointing.
Well, maybe along those same lines a little bit, but Corey Stewart started today. It looked like he didn't finish the first half. So is there an update on his status? And then also just where's the offensive line right now? And is that, if you can't stabilize that, you worry that performances like this are going to repeat?
No, we were rotating Corey, so Corey and Josh, they both played. If I'm basing the offensive line's performance on today, hell yeah, I'm worried, right? But as a head coach, you also need to not be impulsive and overreact. You can't ignore, obviously, and you need to learn and correct and apply pressure where pressure needs to be applied. But at the same time, I can't let 4 quarters sort of derail what I believe and what I've seen. I still have a lot of belief in this team. I believe that we can win football games. I believe we can compete with the best of the best. We didn't do that today, and I need to figure out why, and so that it doesn't happen again. But at the same time, am I throwing in the towel in the season and gonna start changing the way I coach or I operate? No. I trust these guys. I believe in these guys. Am I frustrated right now? Absolutely. Am I disappointed? Absolutely. Am I angry? Absolutely. But do I love this team? Absolutely. And so, you've got to give them tough love when stuff like this happens. But they need to know that I'm still confident in them. I still believe in them, and I still think we're gonna have a hell of a season. It's my job to make sure that happens, and I'm gonna do everything I can to see that through.
That's a good one.
Coach, how much did last week's bye contribute to today's performance?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? That's an easy cop-out. It's an easy excuse, and I'm not going there. The bottom line is we got punched in the mouth early, and we didn't recover from it. We didn't handle, that type of adversity well. And so, like I said, you gotta learn from it, and then you gotta move on because we're about to go play in a hostile environment in Corvallis.
Ryan, you mentioned the halftime talk. What do you tell a team that's down 42-0, knowing there's 2 more quarters to play, and a win doesn't look likely, but hopefully you take positives away from the second? I know it didn't happen, but how do you try to motivate a team in that situation?
Are you telling the truth? We talk about going into half times and coming out that the score is 0-0, and you're not worried about the opponent you're playing. You're worried about yourself and making corrections and then playing football the right way. And so that was the message. Again, it is easy to find the corrections on tape because the tape is available. Now, executing and making the plays is a different story. And so that's where I gotta make sure that we're making the plays we're supposed to make.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.